Have you ever paused in the grocery aisle, staring at the endless rows of sugar bags and packets, wondering which ones are silently sabotaging your health? In a world where sweetness hides behind clever marketing, not all sugar brands are created equal. Some promise purity but deliver hidden dangers, from blood sugar spikes to long-term health risks like obesity and heart disease. Today, we're diving deep into the truth, counting down from 7 sugar brands you should absolutely avoid, building suspense as we reveal why each one is worse than the last. Stick around because at the end, we'll uncover the 2 brands that actually deserve a spot in your pantry, backed by real science and research. Let's start with number 7 on our list of brands to steer clear of, a common household name that might surprise you with its processing secrets. Number 7 is Great Value Sugar, Walmart's in-house brand that's often praised for its affordability but hides some concerning practices in its production. This refined white sugar comes primarily from sugar beets, and in the United States, over 95% of sugar beets are genetically modified to withstand heavy pesticide use, leading to potential residues in the final product. Studies have linked GMO beet sugar consumption to increased inflammation and digestive issues, especially when consumed in large amounts over time. What's more, the refining process strips away any natural minerals, leaving you with empty calories that can contribute to insulin resistance. Researchers at the Cleveland Clinic have noted that such refined sugars offer no nutritional benefits and can exacerbate metabolic complications. If you're baking cookies or sweetening coffee with this, you might be unknowingly adding to your risk of weight gain, as one study showed that high intake of refined sugars like this correlates with a 41% higher obesity risk. But if you think cheap and convenient is the only issue here, just wait. Number 6 takes the problems to a whole new level with artificial additives that could mess with your gut health. Shifting to number 6, Kroger brand Sugar steps into the spotlight as another budget option that's widely available but fraught with hidden perils. Like many store-brand sugars, it's often sourced from a mix of cane and beet, but the bone char filtration process, used in refining, derived from animal bones, raises ethical and health concerns for vegans and those sensitive to contaminants. This method can introduce trace impurities, and combined with the high glycemic index of 65, it causes rapid blood sugar spikes that strain your pancreas. A report from Mel magazine highlights how beet-derived sugars, common in brands like this, are tied to GMO varieties that amplify pesticide exposure, potentially disrupting hormone balance. Long-term use has been associated with elevated triglyceride levels and belly fat accumulation, according to health experts at Cleveland Clinic. Imagine stirring this into your morning oatmeal, only to fuel cravings that lead to overeating later. It's a cycle many fall into without realizing. Yet, as bad as that sounds, number 5 escalates the danger with a brand that's been linked to serious environmental and health controversies. Now at number 5, we have Imperial Sugar, a staple in many Southern kitchens, but one that's earned its spot on this avoid list through questionable sourcing and processing. This brand relies heavily on cane sugar from regions where labor practices have drawn criticism. But more critically, its refinement involves sulfur dioxide treatments that can leave residues irritating to asthmatics and those with sensitivities. With a history dating back to 1843, Imperial might seem trustworthy, but modern analyses show its sugar contributes to oxidative stress due to the loss of natural antioxidants during processing. Psychology Today research points out that such refined sugars are inflammatory and linked to cognitive decline when overconsumed. One alarming study found that daily intake exceeding 100 grams of added sugars like this boosts depression risk by nearly 30%. If you're using it in recipes, you could be amplifying your chances of mental health dips without knowing. Hold on, though, because number 4 introduces a synthetic twist that's even more deceptive, fooling your body in ways you might not expect. Entering number 4 is Splenda, the sucralose-based sweetener that's marketed as a zero-calorie miracle, but packs a punch of potential side effects. Derived from chlorinated sugar molecules, Splenda alters gut bacteria, leading to imbalances that studies have connected to weight gain and digestive disorders. Despite its popularity since the 1990s, research from the FDA and others notes that artificial sweeteners like this can stimulate appetite, countering their low-calorie appeal. A University of Texas study revealed that regular users face a 41% obesity risk increase per serving. What's chilling is how it mimics sugar's taste while potentially harming your microbiome, setting the stage for chronic issues. But if artificial deception bothers you, number 3 ramps up the intensity, with a brand tied to cancer concerns that have lingered for decades. At number 3, Equal takes center stage with its aspartame formula, a sweetener, that's been under scrutiny since its approval. In 1981, the World Health Organization recently classified aspartame as possibly carcinogenic based on studies linking it to increased cancer risks in animals and potential human correlations. Breaking down into methanol and other compounds, it can cause headaches, dizziness, and neurological effects in sensitive individuals. Katie Couric's health reports emphasize how aspartame disrupts brain chemistry, possibly leading to mood swings and cravings. With over 10,000 consumer complaints to the FDA, this brand's safety profile is shaky at best. Sprinkling it on fruit or in drinks might seem harmless, but the cumulative exposure could be building unseen risks. Yet the suspense builds. Number 2 reveals a classic brand with environmental ties that make it even more problematic. Number 2 is C&H Sugar, a West Coast favorite that's been around since 1906 but conceals issues in its supply chain and refinement. Sourced from Hawaiian cane fields now dominated by large agribusiness, it often involves heavy pesticide use that contaminates waterways and affects biodiversity. The bone char process not only raises vegan concerns but also introduces potential allergens, while its high fructose content from partial inversion during refining links it to liver strain and fatty liver disease. GoodRx rankings place such refined sugars high on the glycemic index, causing larger blood sugar fluctuations than alternatives. 340FF. Regular use has been tied to insulin resistance in multiple studies, making it a stealthy contributor to diabetes risk. If this is your go-to for canning or baking, you might be preserving more than just fruit. You could be locking in health hazards. But brace yourself, because number 1 is the absolute worst, a brand that's been called out for faking natural credentials while delivering synthetic surprises. Topping our countdown at number 1 is Domino Sugar, the iconic yellow-packaged brand that's synonymous with American baking but earns the dubious title of the sugar to avoid above all others. Founded in 1801, Domino uses a mix of cane and beet sources, but its heavy reliance on GMO beets exposes consumers to glyphosate residues, a herbicide, linked to gut microbiome disruption and cancer risks. By the WHO, the ultra-refining process eliminates all nutrients, turning it into a pure calorie bomb that spikes blood sugar with a GI of 65, higher than many fruits. Cleveland Clinic experts warn that such sugars fuel inflammation, heart disease, and metabolic syndrome. One video analysis dubbed similar refined brands as fake due to their stripped-down nature, and Domino's history includes labor disputes and environmental violations in its supply. Chain do Sribe. Pouring this over cereal or into tea could be accelerating aging and cognitive fog. As per Psychology Today's findings on sugar's brain impacts, it's the pinnacle of what to dodge if you value your long-term wellness. Now that we've navigated the minefield of the 7 brands to avoid, let's turn to the silver lining. The 2 sugar brands that are actually worth your time and money. These stand out for their minimal processing, nutrient retention, and lower health risks, making them smart swaps for everyday use. First up is Wholesome Organic Cane Sugar, a brand that prioritizes fair trade and organic farming to deliver a product free from pesticides and GMOs. Sourced from sustainable cane fields, it retains trace minerals like iron and potassium, offering a slight nutritional edge over refined whites. With a lower glycemic index around 50, it causes gentler blood sugar rises, ideal for those managing diabetes or energy levels. 5D1FE. Healthline praises organic cane sugars for their antioxidant content, which can combat oxidative stress. Use it in coffee or baking, and you'll notice a richer flavor without the crash. Backed by studies showing organic sugars support better gut health through prebiotics. It's a worthwhile investment for anyone seeking balance. Finally, the second brand worth it is Big Tree Farms Coconut Palm Sugar, derived from coconut tree sap and minimally processed to preserve its Low glycemic index of 35, making it a favorite for steady energy without spikes. Rich in inulin, a prebiotic fiber, it supports digestive health and has been linked to improved insulin. Sensitivity in research from A, place for mom. This brand avoids additives, offering vitamins like B complex and minerals. Absent in refined sugars, DF99C3, Holland and Barrett ranks. Coconut sugar high among healthy alternatives for its nutrient density and lower fructose load. Sprinkle it on yogurt or in sauces. And you're not just sweetening, you're nourishing your body with a sustainable choice. That's kind to the planet too. In wrapping up, ditching those 7 problematic brands and embracing, these 2 can transform your relationship with sweetness, leading to better health without sacrifice. Remember, moderation is key, but choosing wisely makes all the difference.